Welcome back to our channel. Before you skip this video, imagine this. The most powerful empire on Earth, ruled for centuries, conquered continents, and seemed impossible to defeat. But one day, it fell. What happened? And how did a small city become the greatest empire the world had ever seen? Stay with me until the end. Improve your English, and discover the incredible story of the Roman Empire. Let's begin. The rise and fall of the Roman Empire. The greatest empire the world had ever seen. Imagine a city so powerful that its name became a symbol of greatness. A city whose armies conquered continents. A city whose laws influenced nations. A city whose roads connected millions of people. A city that ruled much of the known world for centuries. That city was Rome. But Rome was not always an empire. In the beginning, it was nothing more than a small settlement beside the Tiber River in central Italy. No one could have imagined that this tiny city would one day become the heart of the greatest empire the ancient world had ever known. According to legend, Rome was founded in 753 BC by twin brothers Romulus and Remus. The story says that as babies, they were abandoned and left to die, yet a she-wolf found them and cared for them. Years later, the brothers decided to build a city. A dispute broke out between them, and Romulus killed Remus. Romulus then became the first king of Rome. Whether the legend is true or not, one thing is certain. Rome's story had begun. In its early years, Rome was weak. It was surrounded by stronger neighbors and faced constant threats. But the Romans possessed something special: discipline, determination, and an unshakable belief in their future. Instead of giving up when defeated, they learned from every failure. Every war made them stronger. Every challenge made them wiser. Slowly, Rome expanded, village by village, town by town, region by region. The small city began transforming into a powerful republic. Unlike many kingdoms of the time, Rome was governed by elected officials and a senate. This system allowed talented leaders to rise through merit. The Roman Republic became stronger with every passing generation. Soon, Rome controlled most of Italy. But greater challenges awaited. One of Rome's greatest enemies was the mighty city of Carthage. Located in North Africa, Carthage was rich, powerful, and possessed a strong navy. The struggle between Rome and Carthage became known as the Punic Wars. These wars would determine the future of the Mediterranean world. The most famous Carthaginian commander was Hannibal. He was a military genius. Determined to destroy Rome, Hannibal led an army across mountains, rivers, and dangerous terrain. Most astonishing of all, he brought war elephants with him. Then came one of the most daring military operations in history. Hannibal crossed the Alps. Many believed it was impossible. Snow, ice, and deadly conditions killed thousands of his soldiers. Yet Hannibal continued. When he finally entered Italy, Rome was shocked. He defeated Roman armies again and again. Entire legions were destroyed. Fear spread throughout the Republic. Many thought Rome's end had arrived. But Rome refused to surrender. Even in defeat, the Romans continued fighting. They raised new armies, developed new strategies, and remained determined. Eventually, Rome struck back. The Roman general Scipio Africanus carried the war into North Africa. Hannibal was forced to return home. In 202 BC, at the Battle of Zama, Rome achieved a decisive victory. Carthage was defeated. Rome emerged as the dominant power of the Mediterranean. The rise of the Roman Empire had truly begun. As Rome expanded, wealth poured into the Republic. Gold, silver, land, resources, and millions of new subjects. Victories brought prosperity, but they also created problems. Powerful generals became extremely influential. Political rivalries intensified. Corruption increased. The Republic that had made Rome strong began showing signs of weakness. Then came a man whose name would become legendary: Julius Caesar. Caesar was brilliant. He was a skilled general, charismatic speaker, an ambitious leader. His campaigns in Gaul expanded Roman territory and made him enormously popular. His soldiers loved him. The people admired him, but many senators feared him. They believed he wanted absolute power. In 49 BC, Caesar crossed the Rubicon River with his army. This act sparked a civil war. Caesar emerged victorious. He became the most powerful man in Rome. Many celebrated him. Others worried that the Republic was dying. Their fears grew when Caesar was declared dictator for life. On March 15, 44 BC, a group of senators carried out a shocking plot. They assassinated Julius Caesar inside the Senate. The conspirators believed they were saving the Republic. Instead, they unleashed chaos. Rome plunged into another civil war. After years of conflict, Caesar's adopted son, Octavian, emerged victorious. He would later become known as Augustus. In 27 BC, Augustus became Rome's first emperor. The Roman Empire was born. Under Augustus, Rome entered a golden age. Peace spread across much of the empire. Trade flourished. Cities grew. Roads connected distant regions. The Roman army protected vast territories stretching across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. This period became known as the Pax Romana, the Roman peace. For nearly 2 centuries, Rome enjoyed remarkable stability. The empire built magnificent structures. Aqueducts carried fresh water to cities. Engineers constructed roads that still influence transportation today. The Colosseum hosted grand spectacles. Roman law established principles that continue influencing legal systems around the world. The empire reached extraordinary heights. Millions lived under Roman rule. Latin became the language of government. Roman culture spread across continents. It seemed as though Rome would last forever. But history teaches an important lesson. No empire is invincible. The Colosseum hosted grand spectacles. Roman law established principles that continue influencing legal systems around the world. The empire reached extraordinary heights. Millions lived under Roman rule. Latin became the language of government. Roman culture spread across continents. It seemed as though Rome would last forever. But history teaches an important lesson. No empire is invincible. Over time, cracks began appearing beneath Rome's glorious surface. The empire became too large. Managing such vast territories grew increasingly difficult. Communication was slow. Defending borders required enormous resources. Enemies constantly tested Rome's defenses. Political instability also increased. Emperors came and went. Some were wise. Others were incompetent. A few were outright cruel. Power struggles became common. Assassinations, rebellions, and civil wars weakened the empire from within. Economic problems followed. Heavy taxes burdened citizens. Inflation reduced the value of money. Trade suffered. Many people lost confidence in the government. Meanwhile, powerful tribes beyond Rome's borders watched carefully. They saw opportunity. Among these groups were the Goths, Vandals, and Huns. For generations, Rome had successfully defended itself against outside threats. Now, those threats were growing stronger. One of the most feared leaders was Attila the Hun. His warriors swept across Europe with incredible speed. Entire regions trembled at the mention of his name. Although Attila never conquered Rome itself, his campaigns increased pressure on the empire. At the same time, Germanic tribes pushed deeper into Roman territory. Rome's borders became harder to defend. The empire struggled to respond. In an effort to improve administration, the Roman Empire was divided into two parts: the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire. The Eastern Empire, centered in Constantinople, remained relatively strong. The Western Empire faced increasing difficulties. Its economy weakened. Its military shrank. Its leaders struggled to maintain control. The situation became desperate. Then came one of the most symbolic moments in history. In 410 AD, the city of Rome was sacked by the Visigoths. Under King Alaric, for nearly 800 years, no foreign enemy had captured the city. The world was stunned. People who once believed Rome was eternal began questioning its future. Yet the empire survived. For a while, but the decline continued. More invasions followed. More instability. More economic hardship. Finally, in 476 AD, the last Western Roman emperor, Romulus Augustus, was removed from power. The Western Roman Empire had fallen. An empire that had ruled vast territories for centuries was gone. The ancient world entered a new era. Yet Rome did not truly disappear. Its influence survived. Roman law continued shaping governments. Roman architecture inspired future generations. Roman engineering principles influenced countless projects. Latin evolved into languages such as Italian, Spanish, French, Portuguese, and Romanian. Even today, the legacy of Rome surrounds us. Its ideas remain alive. Its achievements continue inspiring humanity. Its history continues teaching valuable lessons. The rise of Rome shows what determination, discipline, and vision can achieve. The fall of Rome reminds us that even the greatest powers can decline if they ignore internal weaknesses. No empire lasts forever, but great ideas can. And in that sense, Rome never truly fell. Its empire ended. Its legacy did not. For more than 2,000 years, the story of Rome has captivated the imagination of humanity. It is a story of ambition, a story of conquest, a story of innovation, a story of triumph and tragedy. And above all, it is a reminder that history is not merely about the past. It is about understanding the forces that shape the future. Because when we study Rome, we are not just studying an ancient empire. We are studying ourselves. And that was the incredible story of the Roman Empire. From a small city beside the Tiber River to the greatest empire the ancient world had ever seen. Rome's story continues to inspire people even today. I hope you enjoyed this story and learned some new English words and expressions along the way. If you want to improve your English through fascinating stories about history, great leaders, and world-changing events, then make sure to subscribe to English Street Lab and turn on the notification bell. Every story you watch is another step toward better English. Until the next video, keep learning, keep growing, and keep exploring history. See you in the next story.